Hello guys! It's been such a long time since the last time that I sat here and filmed and edited a video, so I hope you like this. Today you're going to watch me while I paint this drawing of Beth Harmon. Again, Beth Harmon, I know, but I really like her character and I really like the Queen's Gambit, so I don't think I will ever stop drawing Beth. Today I'm also going to be answering some of your questions that you made on Instagram, so yeah, let's go ahead with that and start with the questions. Where are you from? Well, I'm from Buenos Aires, Argentina. Yeah, there's not much to it. What's your favorite alcohol marker brand to use? Well, sadly, I have only tried one alcohol marker brand, and those are Copic markers. And let me tell you, I totally understand why people are so crazy about them, because they are so great. I have also heard that Ohuhu markers are really great, but I haven't had the chance to try them, so I can only give you my opinion on Copic markers because that's literally the only brand I have been able to try. What color scheme is inspiring you right now? Well, I think at the moment I'm really inspired by pastel colors. Even in my traditional art, I have been painting with lots of pastel tones like baby pink, light blue, and I also have been painting with lots of red, yellows, and bluish greens. I don't know how that color is called, but it's one of my favorites, and they have been inspiring me a lot. But I think right now I'm in a pink, brown, and purple phase, which I'm not mad. I really love those colors. How did you develop your art style? Well, this is a tricky question, because if you have been following me for a while, you will have noticed that I have tried so many different art styles during my art journey. I have been into realism, semi-realism, pop surrealism, comic-like, graphic novel style. I have tried cartoon style. If you name a style, it's probable that I have already tried it. And I think that's the key for how I found my own style. I have tried so many stuff that in the end I think I was able to collect different knowledge from all those different styles, and I was able to merge them in my own unique way. Well, unique if you can call it that. Do you prefer digital art or traditional art? Well, that depends on my mood. Lately, I have been doing lots of digital art because, I have been testing my own brushes that I made for my patrons. I made a 90 brush set for my patrons, so I have been super inspired to keep trying them and playing with them. But I have also been doing lots of traditional art because I think they kind of go hand in hand. Because I always notice that when I practice a lot of my sketchbook, I see an improvement on my digital art, and when I do lots of digital art, I also see an improvement on my sketchbook. So I really don't prefer any over the other, because I think they both are so useful and they both have their charm. I love both. How do you find motivation? This is another tricky question, because I'm the kind of person to get demotivated so easily. Sometimes I have these periods when it's really difficult for me to do art, even if it's digital or traditional art. I think the best way to find motivation if you are stuck right now, if you are experiencing an art block, is to just take a break, watch a movie, take some days off of drawing, and get inspired by the things that surround you. For example, every time I feel stuck, I take some days off and I like to watch movies and series, and then I usually feel motivated to pick up my pencil again and come back to drawing. But if you're feeling stuck, like you can't draw anything, it's probable that you need a break. So that's what I recommend. I have Posca markers, but I really don't know how to use them and integrate them into my drawings. Tips? I think Posca markers are one of my favorite art supplies at the moment because they are so versatile, so I'm happy that you asked this question. The thing with Posca markers is that I think they are acrylic markers. I mean, when you paint with them, you get these really amazing flat colors, so my recommendation is that maybe you can start your painting with watercolors, with markers, or with whatever you want to try, and add details with them. It depends on the color you have, of course, but for example, you can add some little decorations like stars and dots, or maybe some graphic design elements like some other people do, like for example stars and stuff like that. Or maybe you can just experiment with whatever you have. For example, when I bought my Posca markers, the first thing that I did was test them with all my different art supplies. I test them with how they work with watercolors, with my Copic markers and my colored pencils. What I did was I played with my Posca markers, I made some swatches, and then I laid other types of art supplies over them. For example, I paint with Posca markers and then I put watercolors on top of it. I put wash, I put Copic markers, colored pencils, and then I switch. I put watercolor on my paper, Copic markers, colored pencils, and even wash. And then I added Posca markers on top of them. So that way you get to see how those art supplies interact and how they work, and you get to then kind of get the idea of what you can do and what you can't with them. So I hope this was useful to you. What is your favorite kind of sketchbook to use? I have only tried Moleskine sketchbooks. I really don't have any other recommendation to do about sketchbooks. I have been trying to find some other options lately because I really want to try something that is good for my watercolors, my wash, and my Posca markers. I'm not really looking something for my Copic markers because I think Moleskine sketchbooks work really well with Copic markers. It's just that they bleed so much through the other page. But if you don't have any problem with that, it's okay. I just personally want to try something else at the moment. But first I have to get rid of all the Moleskine sketchbooks I have because there's no way I'm going to leave them unfinished or unused because I don't believe in wasting art supplies. What paper size do you recommend I work with if I'm interested in making traditional art prints? Well, it depends on the size of prints that you want to make. For example, if you want to make A4 prints, I would recommend that you work in a size that is a little bit bigger than A4. I mean, I'm not telling you to work on an A3 paper because that's like super big, but I have heard this rule that you have to work in a 110% of the size that you want to print in the end. Like for example, if I want to print something that is 10 by 10 centimeters, I will have to work in a paper that is 11 and 11 centimeters. Does that make sense? I don't know how to explain it, but you have to work in a size that is at least 110% of the size that you want to print in the end. Maybe if you want, you can try and go double the size, but you have to take into consideration that if you double the size that you want to print in the end, all the details you put in your work will kind of get lost. The final image is going to be so much smaller. So yeah, I think the 110% rule is the best in that case. you watch Winx Club growing up? What do you love most about your own art? I kind of watched Winx Club growing up. It really was my sister, the one who really loved the Winx Club. I wasn't much of a fan of it, and lately I decided to rewatch it, and now I find that it's so great, because there are some things that I wasn't able to appreciate as a kid watching it. I have recently finished season 1 and I totally love it, and I'm into season 2 already. So yeah, I think I have to thank my sister for watching that show when I was a little kid. What do I love the most about my own art? I don't know. At the moment, I think it's how soft it looks, because I don't know, I have tried to make some other styles that are kind of more vibrant and have kind of like an edge to them, but I always tend to go towards the softer side of art, even with colors. So I think at the moment what I love the most is how soft it looks, and I think I'm getting better at drawing shapes and figure out different compositions based in shapes. So I think that's another thing that I really like at the moment. So well, that's it for some of your questions today. I'm sorry if I kind of stuttered a lot or I didn't even make sense in some of the answers. It's because I'm kind of sleepy right now. Remember that talking in English is kind of a challenge to me. So, well, I hope you enjoy this, and I hope you like the painting that you are seeing me painting right now, that I think I already finished. And if you like this video, please give it a like, and yeah, see you next time. Hope you're having a great day, and hope you have a great week. Bye!